Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Herders. I believe this is week 24, I think.
Oh, somebody called Jack Bauer.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Oh, no, somebody called Dr. Dre.
If you didn't know, I'm Rich.
And I'm Nick.
And we're from the Over a Beer channel, so of course we are doing our show over a beer. What are we drinking today?
Today, we are drinking from the fine folks at Abita Beer, the Bayou Bootlegger Hard Root Beer. That's how they say it, I'm sure. All of them.
There's been a big surge of these hard root beers coming
Hard
out.
root beers, hard ginger ale,
yeah.
Hard soda, I think is what they're calling a lot of this stuff. But it's got a cool looking label.
Yeah, it's got a pirate, and he's got a barrel. I'm guessing he's probably bootlegging.
Yeah, he's a bootlegger.
He's got a ship in the back.
Yep.
You find a close-up photo of this on our Instagram, over_a_beer.
Mm-hmm. It's sweetened with pure Louisiana cane sugar and sassafras.
Hints of clove.
What is sassafras?
I don't know.
It's a fun word.
So isn't that what Yosemite Sam used to say?
Sassafras. Alright.
Let's
go to shot.
Cheers.
Let's go. It smells like root beer. Tastes like root beer. I don't even believe that there's beer in it.
I taste it.
Do you?
I taste some kind of something alcohol.
Some kind of alcohol.
I don't know what it is.
That's the sassafras.
Yeah.
I like it. This is the first of these root beers, ginger ale things I've had.
Really, I had the Not Your Father's root beer.
Yeah, I keep seeing stuff.
That one's pretty good.
Ads I think they have billboards.
Do they?
Around the city. I saw one. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so we are the Over Beer channel, like Rich said, and that was this week's beer. It's pretty good. We give an endorsement. So if you can get the Bayou Bootlegger, go ahead and do it. But let's move on with the show. It's the first day of the week.
Which means news.
It means news.
And I believe it's your week. What do you got for us?
I believe it is.
What are the hot scoops, the hot stories, what's going on?
The scoops and the poops.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see what we got inside of our old ledger here. Alright. Breaking news today. Pretty big news this morning. The internet had lots to say, lots of thoughts on this one. The Ghostbusters trailer was finally revealed for the kind of semi-controversial reboot of the Ghostbusters franchise from director Paul Feig, starring Melissa McCarthy, your favorite, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon. So an all-girl team. Which caused a lot of controversy when it was first announced. People got a little misogynist about it, I would say. There was a lot of, and there still was today. But let's talk about the goods, and then we can talk about the response.
Okay.
By the goods, I mean the trailer. I don't know what you thought about it.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
But
that's a huge step for you. You've been pretty anti most of the stuff with this movie.
Yeah, and not for the misogynistic group. Like,
because you only like men. You like men.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm not a big fan of, as you just mentioned, sorry, I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. I don't care for her. She was very toned down in this trailer, so I was kind of like, okay, like, she's reined it in a little bit.
Even
a lot of it.
The big comedic moment with her,
where
it looks like she's possessed.
Yeah.
The huge over-the-top part of that scene is Leslie Jones.
Yeah, like, she really has it toned back, and she works. I think Kristen Wiig seems pretty believable.
Yeah.
But like as it's going through the setup of it, and kind of bringing it through, like, it feels like it's gonna be beat for beat the original.
Movie.
Because it's like, oh, we have our team of 3 scientists, and then there steps in, I don't remember what the other girl's name is.
Leslie Jones.
This movie's Ernie Hudson steps in and is like, oh yeah, I'm going to be part of your team too. And
yeah, I mean, but it does look like there's a similar, librarian-type ghost.
Yeah.
But I don't think that necessarily the plot with Ghoul or Zool. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily what's going on. Clearly, this like demonic power that possesses people is going to be a big part. which was kind of given away by the Legos of all things a couple months ago when people noticed that Chris Hemsworth Lego had red eyes. So they thought that meant that he was possessed.
Okay. Which they
and the only shot of him
too.
in the trailer, I think, was him looking. Actually, when they're saying it possesses, they show him kind of looking a little
like storming in and being all.
Yeah. So, you know, I like the trailer. I think that it has some highs, some lows. Some of the comedy didn't quite work for me. Maybe in the context of the movie, it would be
I don't think
we'll
any
see.
of the jokes really landed. For me.
There was a couple parts where I chuckled. I didn't like laugh out loud. But honestly, the first Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies, but I don't think that it is laugh out loud hilarious. It's more like after time and time, like you hear like the way that Bill Murray delivers a line. The line isn't actually hilarious. Like cats and dogs living together, you know, or yes, it's true, this man has no dick. Like it's funny, but it's more like the way that it's presented. It's not like a laugh a minute movie either.
Sure.
To be honest, I thought that the visual effects looked good.
There was some in there that was kind of just like that didn't look so hot, but
and then
that kind of thing I'm not going to judge until I see the movie.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the people that defended the trailer today were still saying, you know, I wish that for a reboot they weren't somehow tying the trailer into the original. In terms of how it opens, saying 30 years ago, 4 scientists to save New York City or whatever, which is confusing because, like, Winston is not a scientist.
Yeah.
So, are they actually talking about those 4, or are they talking in the context of the movie there were other Ghostbusters?
Or are they just stupid and don't know?
Or maybe they don't want to take the time to say, like, 3 scientists and 1 random black guy. Say, or maybe there was other ways they could have said it to a team of 4 individuals.
Yeah, or just a team. You could have said, you know,
the team, the Ghostbusters. I don't know. It seems pretty deliberate. Because I don't doubt that Paul Feig knows Ghostbusters. Like, I mean, he's a geek. Yeah. He knows.
You'd hope.
Yeah.
He's making the new one. You'd hope.
Ivan Reitman produced this movie. All of the living Ghostbusters are behind this movie, might be in this movie. We'll see. Somebody would have caught that. I don't know. Who knows? There was a long discussion after. I think they did like one of those like satellite feed things where with Ivan Reitman, the writer of the movie, and Paul Feig. Okay. At the end, did you see any of the comments out of that?
No.
I didn't watch it, but I read an article, like the 9 things we learned from the discussion after the trailer. And they kind of explained why they wanted it to be a reboot and why instead of a sequel, and how they didn't want to lose the ability to like have them discover that, you know, that they could create the stuff to do this and, you know, put the team together. And I mean, all the stuff that they said was the right stuff to say. It's kind of interesting if you read through it, or you could probably go back and watch it, but it's not an amazing trailer. I didn't think it was a bad one. We'll see. I'm still very much in a wait and see mode, but you know, it was fine.
Shrug.
You're gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, this didn't make me want to see it any more than I...
Yeah. The other unfortunate thing I wanted to say is, you know, go on... I checked like 3 different sites, their comment feeds, and then, you know, a bunch of sites that
You're just setting yourself up for failure there.
Posted on Facebook and reading through comments. And I mean, people are still just like, ugh, it has women as the team. Like, I'm not interested. Oh, that just looks terrible. Why did they put women in it? And it's just like, are we seriously, like, still doing that? It's insane. Yeah. Like, we're still there.
I agree.
That's crazy. Like, to the point where, like, I feel bad because, yeah, I didn't care about the Heat. I didn't even see it. But, like, you know, Paul Feig, Melissa McCarthy, this whole team, it just seems like it's so thankless. Like, I really hope that they made a really great movie. Yeah. And just show people that they need to, like, shut the hell up and have an open mind about it being a female team. If the movie's bad, the movie's bad. But it's not going to be bad because they made it a women team. Sure. That's crazy. But anyway, Ghostbusters trailer, you can check that out on the internets. Let's see what is next. All right, we got some bad news this week. Well, actually, I'll do the good news, bad news. Combine this. Okay. The bad news is it looks like Mass Effect Andromeda was pushed out of this year into the first quarter of 2017. These are per some comments from executive at EA who referred to it as coming out in basically like the first quarter or fourth quarter of their fiscal year, which would
push it to, yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more time for me to play the other ones.
Yeah, well, you should do it. But I mean, as a huge fan of that franchise, it's been 5 years since Mass Effect 3. It's a long time to wait. So I was really excited for that being like kind of my big game of the fall to look forward to, and we'll see.
But I mean, now it's got more time
confirmed.
Hasn't it? I thought it was.
I don't think it's actually been confirmed. Everybody's just taking his comments as they definitely meant. They have not said, yeah, it's true. Not that I've seen.
Gotcha. I thought it was because I've seen a lot of sites like reporting it as.
Yeah, but I read through a lot of those, and they still just refer to as comments.
Okay.
So I don't know. It probably is true though. But we'll couple that with a little bit of good news. Good news that was kind of leaked earlier and was kind of always assumed anyway. But No Man's Sky got a release date today, which is like June 21st. It's got like a collector's edition that looked like it was only for the PC version.
Well, there's the PC collector's edition through I Am 8-Bit, which is a really cool site. If you guys haven't, check it out. They do a lot of really cool like video game vinyl and things like that, and some merchandise there. And there's going to be limited editions for PC and for PlayStation 4 that aren't gonna have all that, but it's like $80 and it's got like an art book and a soundtrack and some stuff like that. I think.
Did you pre-order it?
I did. I pre-ordered the limited edition because I'm going to get it for PS4 not for PC. And then it's 20% off if you got Amazon Prime or Best Buy Gamers Club. So it looks cool, and I read an article. IGN did a whole write-up on like all of the new stuff they've kind of released of it, and a little bit more of the sort of moment-to-moment gameplay in it and interacting with the environment, and there's going to be NPCs and like races and things to discover and all this extra stuff, and it just made me more. I've always been kind of like, oh, it sounds cool, but I wasn't like, this is the end-all be-all game. And now I'm a little more like, this is sounding really cool. I'm kind of excited to play it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
No?
No. I know that this is a game that is all about exploring planets and finding things that nobody would ever find and putting hours and hours and hours into it. I just know that it's not for me. I'm gonna respect it. I respect what it is, but I'm 95% sure from everything I've heard, it's just not the kind of game that's for me.
That's fair.
So, but it's exciting, and like, I mean, you have to be wowed by its potential.
Well, that's the thing. I can't remember who. It might have been Jason Schreier who tweeted something out like, guys, like, let's wait. Everyone's hyping this up. We don't even know if it's going to work right, how the game's actually going to be. Yeah. Calm down, which I kind of agree with. Like, everyone's just losing their shit over this, and let's pull it back a little bit.
Let's wait and see. I don't know. All right, so next. The Dark Tower movie got some good news and possibly some bad news. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what you think of it, because maybe you haven't heard the part that's the bad news.
Maybe not.
So it got officially cast its two leads. Idris Elba is going to be the gunslinger. Yeah. And Matthew McConaughey. I've never read the books. You have.
Yes, I have.
Idris Elba is the gunslinger, and Matthew McConaughey is
the Man in Black.
The Man in Black. So, is he like the villain of this? Okay. And this is from, I don't have his name written down, but the director who was the writer of the Swedish Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movie.
Oh.
And he directed A Royal Affair.
Okay.
So, two great actors. You like the casting?
Yeah,
I ordered The Gunslinger yesterday.
Okay. So. I'd be curious to talk to you about it once you've read it. Yeah, I think the casting is good. Idris Elba, we talked about him a little bit before being cast as the Gunslinger, is sort of, I don't say out of left field or out of a shock. It's different than what you would have expected, because the Gunslinger's always been kind of described and portrayed as like an old school Clint Eastwood, like 70s Clint Eastwood type person. But I think he's a great actor, and I'm excited
I think that
to see
he's
what
somebody
he
who
does.
can evoke a lot in silence.
Yeah.
Like Eastwood could at his peak.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really happy, you know, we were talking a second ago about the Ghostbusters feedback. I didn't read anywhere in the comments any negativity that he was black, so that's good. I think
there was a little bit of outcry like
sure
when it first got announced, but I haven't noticed any this time around.
But for the bad part of the news, if you read the article that Stephen King and the director did with Entertainment Weekly about the confirmation of the casting yesterday, there was a long part of it where they were explaining how the majority of this first movie will take place in our world. And there was a whole thing about, the whole write-up that I said was like, that doesn't make any sense and that sounds really scary. Like they don't have the budget to do it the right way, and so they're pulling back on it to, like they were like, what the hell is this? What are they saying? Yeah.
What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to say anything to spoil the book for you.
Yeah. And these were comments from Stephen King, and he was like, and fans, you know, they might be a little bit worried about this, but, you know, I think it works. And his history with direct involvement with properties of his as movies is a little wash.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I forget the article, maybe I'll pull it up in a second, but they compared it to another recent movie that did something similar. Oh, they compared it to the Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren, and how they spent the majority of that time on our planet because they didn't have the budget to stay. And they were like...
But that doesn't make any sense.
That's what they said.
Because if I recall...
I'll try and find it.
None of that book takes place in our world, so to speak. And if I remember, it's been years since I've read it, but if I recall, like the setting of it wouldn't be something that I would imagine would cost that much to do, unless it's all going on in a certain location type thing. But I'll get into that more once you've read it.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm still pulling this up.
Well, they've also only confirmed it's going to be one movie for now. Like, they haven't said, okay, well, we're doing 3 movies in a series, or a series. It's just... so far
in that article...
They're playing it like movie by movie.
In that article, Stephen King said, I believe they're still planning on hoping to do the TV series that would bridge some of the gaps, too. But he said he's unsure if that's still happening. Alright, let's talk about... I guess one other big thing.
Okay.
It looks like Warner Brothers 2 is planning to start production on Suicide Squad 2 in 2017. Show of faith in the movie, I guess. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I really think Warner Brothers is getting ahead of themselves. But I've been thinking that since they went, well, we have Man of Steel, so here's our next 10 movies and everything, like, let's see if it's good. Don't announce, like...
I mean, it's a show of faith, right?
I guess, but... Man, if Batman vs. Superman does bad, they're in so much trouble.
I mean, tracking came out today. It's tracking to open at 140 or higher. We got some tweets about early reception to the movie being mixed to positive. It's good that they're already screening it to people.
Yeah.
I saw that
those tweets today. I was like, it seems really early to be...
Okay, so to go back, now that I have the article, back to Dark Tower, and we'll go back to BDS. Stephen King says, it starts in the middle of the story instead of at the beginning, which may upset some of the fans a little bit, but they'll get behind it because it is the story. And then the director chimed in, a lot of it takes place in our day, in our modern world.
I have to go back and read it. It's only like 300 pages. It's real short. But yeah, it seems very odd.
It's possible that when they say it takes place, when Stephen King says it takes place in the middle of the story, he might not mean in the middle of the Gunslinger.
That's true.
He might mean in the middle of the Dark Tower.
That's true.
I don't know.
Because there are definitely parts of that, series that take place in present day and modern times. And
so, but it could work perfectly. It just is a little, even as somebody who hasn't read it, like the way that I was reading it, like people being like you, that doesn't make any sense. It's a little worrisome.
Yeah, unless it, I could see them doing it where it's taking, because there's definitely some spots in that series where they do a lot of storytelling. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't need too many, but so I could see them doing something, trying to build this bigger story, and maybe starting mid-series and then backtracking to show here's how we got that, like almost bookending it or something with
maybe
modern day or middle of the story. I don't know,
which could be cool. I think a lot of people have waited like their entire lives for this to happen though, and it would really be a shame if they did it half-assed or didn't have the right funding or whatever it is. I don't know. I
started reading these in 2002.
That's when, like, probably around when the revised, like when they re-released them.
Yeah, it was right around there. It was right.
I remember it got bigger.
Right around there, right before they got revised, as I started reading them. So I mean, yeah, I've been waiting 15. They've been talking rumors about this for the last
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember at one point it was like Ron Howard and Russell Crowe was going to be the gunslinger, and here we are. It looks like it's going to start filming very soon. So anyway, back to Suicide Squad 2, my thoughts on it. That movie looks like a lot of fun. David Ayer and Will Smith, David Ayer, the director of Suicide Squad, and Will Smith are teaming up on another movie that's going to start filming, I believe they said soon. So clearly they like working together, and the report on that was they hope to get to shoot that film and go immediately into production on Suicide Squad 2.
Wow.
So, kind of uncommon for Will Smith.
To
just bang, 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 and with the same director. And there's still rumors he's going to be like with Batman and the Batman solo flick too, Will Smith's character. And I don't know, it's a different phase of his career, that's for sure. But that's the news for this week. What did we forget? What do you want to know? Are you excited? What did you think of Ghostbusters? Tweet at us. Don't tweet at me if you're just upset it's women.
I don't want to hear about that either. But if you have legitimate things to say about it, I'll gladly
for sure
talk about it. You can find me on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. And you can email us at overbeerofficial@gmail.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/overbeer. And we're also on Instagram at over_a_beer. You can find us on YouTube. Same spiel, yada yada yada. Like us, share us with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. So I guess that'll wrap things up for today's segment. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.